It's the start of a new week. Good morning, Alton. It's the 26th day of September, 9 o'clock on the dot. It's our daily show. I'm CJ Nasello. Glad you're a part of it. Nice morning for us here today. Jason Harrison from Lemay's Catering is going to join the show in the 10 o'clock hour. Luis Noya, who is our sports correspondent who does reporting for the Cardinals. He's in their clubhouse through the entirety of the season, and the Blues clubhouse as well whenever that gets started. He joins us in the 9:30 to talk about Albert Pujols hitting his 700th home run, how none of us got to see it, but maybe 1% of the metropolitan area. And to all of you that did get Apple TV, my hat's off to you. But hey, you know what? I will say this before we go into local news. I got to say, for the first time in a while, I think that a lot of us that couldn't watch the game on Apple, quite frankly, had the opportunity to watch or to, technically watch baseball the way it was supposed to, right? And that was through radio. And to hear John Rooney make that call was really, really cool. And he did a great job doing so. So we're going to talk to Luis around 9:30 about that. And then, like I said, Jason Harrison, Lemay's Catering, joins us in the 10 o'clock hour. Tomorrow is going to be really a fun interview. We have Jess Productions coming on, and they're fantastic. They're a murder mystery company. You might have saw something on RiverBender.com actually a couple weeks ago, and I saw that article. And I've seen Randy around a couple of times over at the Expo events, and he does great work taking great pictures as well. And he was telling me about how his daughter took over, and we're going to learn a little bit more about that. Then on Wednesday, we got some fun. Thursday is going to be a great day. Friday, Lacey McDonald. Our Alton History segment is back, and we get to learn a little bit more about our community. We got a lot going on this week, and really cool too to go down town and see the candidates forum yesterday and learn a little bit more about everyone running for their respective races. And you guys will have the opportunity to do that right here too on this show. Starting on Thursday, we're going to start our process of getting us all prepared for the upcoming, and for a lot of us, unfortunately, we got to start talking about the election. And we're going to have on representatives and Senate candidates and you name it. Anyone running for public office right here in Madison County, they're going to have the same amount of time, the same questions. I'm not going to get opinionated. Just so we can get kind of, the most transparent information on each candidate without having somebody, either goading a conversation to favor somebody or trying to play a gotcha radio show. I don't know what to call this anymore. I called it a podcast, but the more I think about it, it's just a daily show. So no gotcha daily show questions to where we make somebody feel like they have to backpedal. It's not about that. It's about getting information out in a transparent way, the way RiverBender.com has done for such a very, very long time. But as we take a look at the local news cycle right here in the Riverbend on this 26th day of September in Alton, the fifth annual Alton Cigar event created by Derek and Kathleen Richardson will be from 3 to 8 p.m. at Bluff City Grill. That's at 424 East Broadway on Saturday, October 1st of this year. This is a rain or shine event under the covered patio, and admission is free to the public. The Alton Cigar event is 5 years strong. This event is about bonding and cigars. Every year, the attendance, it gets bigger, and there will be plenty of seating. Bluff City Grill has been wonderful and has wonderful food and drink selections for purchase. Even if you don't smoke cigars, come out and be a part of the fun, says Derek Richardson's one of the event organizers. And hey, in Edwardsville, the Southern Illinois University of Edwardsville continued its homecoming festivities, welcoming alumni and friends to campus from September 21st to September 25th. That was yesterday. On Saturday, the 24th, the 7th annual Cougars Unleashed run kicked off the weekend's events. Runners competed in a 10K, a 5K, or 1 mile fun run. After the race, participants enjoyed a pancake breakfast and post-run refreshments. Alumni, students, fans, and friends joined together for music, games, giveaways, and food trucks during the Cougar Fan Zone held prior to the SIUE men's soccer game against Belmont. Homecoming events wrapped up with the women's soccer team taking on Eastern Illinois University on Sunday, the 25th. And in Alton, again, the Alton Farmers and Artisans Market hosted the Canine Carnival on Saturday. We had Sarah McGibney on a few weeks ago to talk about that. From 8 a.m. to noon, the free event was organized by Alton Main Street and Hope Animal Rescues. Locals were invited to bring their dogs dressed to impress for a pet parade around the market and costume contest. The winner of that contest received a $25 gift card to Petco. There was an adopt-a-thon where guests had the opportunity to bring home a new furry friend. Madison County Humane Society and Madison County Triad hosted a drive-through vaccination and microchip clinic, and vaccines were free while supplies lasted. And as we take a look at another event that happened in Alton this weekend, Simmons, Hanley, and Conroy and Metro Tri Club of Edwardsville once again teamed up to put on the 14th annual Alton Miles from ASO 5K run and 3K fun run walk in honor of National Mesothelioma Awareness Day, which is Monday today. That's the 26th. People who have been looking forward to this event for a couple of years now, Todd Amantis, an organizer of the event, said that the races had more than 1,000 people registered. The long-running event produced a large crowd Saturday morning in Upper Alton, with the race's start-finish line being right outside of Marquette Catholic High School's front doors. For 12 years, the event has always been in person. However, due to COVID-19, this was the first face-to-face run in 3 years. In 2020 and 2021, the race was put on in a virtual capacity. The race began shortly after 9 a.m. on a beautiful fall morning with temperatures right around 60s and 70 degrees, perfect for running. Hundreds of people, young and old, participated in the event. One, that is for a great cause. Since the race's inception, it has raised more than $468,000 in funds to support mesothelioma research and awareness, a number that only grew larger after this year's race. As we take a look in Edwardsville, again, SIUE has a new police chief, and that's Kevin Schmoll, who signed off, let me rephrase that. Southern Illinois Police Chief Kevin Schmoll signed off for the final time on Friday at SIUE. They do have a new police chief. Covered that a couple of weeks ago. Schmoll has been an ever-present resource for SIUE's campus and had been serving for 28 years in different capacities. Schmoll will now become the Assistant Director of the Southwestern Illinois Law Enforcement Commission. The purpose of the Southwestern Illinois Law Enforcement Commission is to improve and strengthen law enforcement, to encourage research and development directed toward new and improved methods of prevention and reduction of crime, and the detection and apprehension of criminals. Chief Schmoll is a well-known and respected member of law enforcement leadership in Southern Illinois, and he seems to be a perfect candidate for the new role. And in Madison County, a tragic story that Dan Brandon covered last week, we have a follow-up. The Madison County coroner, Stephen P. Nahn, announced Friday afternoon that a Troy woman lost her life following a residential structure fire Thursday, the 22nd. The victim, identified as Susan Tomlinson, 69, of the 500th block of Woodrush in Troy. Tomlinson was pronounced deceased by Madison County Coroner's Office investigator at 4:55 p.m. Thursday after she was discovered within her residence upon completion of fire suppression operation. Multiple fire departments were called to the scene in coordination to contain and extinguish the fire. Nahn said the Troy Police Department officers were summoned to the address for a domestic disturbance approximately at 2:22 p.m. Their preliminary investigation led them to the victim's address and the discovery of an active fire within the residence. The circumstances surrounding this event remain under investigation by the Troy Police Department, the Illinois State Fire Marshal's Office, the Illinois State Police Crime Unit, and the Madison County Coroner's Office. Funeral arrangements for Thomas remain pending, and no additional information regarding this incident is scheduled to be released at this time. And in Edwardsville, Madison County Household Hazards Waste Collection Facility receives a grant for its efforts as it approaches its first anniversary of operations in October. Madison County Building and Zoning received an award from the Illinois Recycling Foundation during its conference in Joliet for its pursuit and achievement of opening a permanent household hazardous waste collection facility. The collection facility, located at 249 Old St. Louis Road in Wood River, allows all Illinois residents to drop off household hazardous waste for free the first Saturday and third Friday of every month. The new facility is one of just a handful of such collection sites in the state, and the first permanent household hazardous waste collection facility in southern Illinois. The facility provides opportunities for and services for local communities to dispose of their toxic waste responsibly. Medicines are still eligible for drop off at local sheriff's office and police stations. And in Bethalto and Woods River, a follow up, the arrival of the Global War on Terror Wall of Remembrance presented by the Riverbend Patriots of Southwest Illinois on Friday, September 23rd, was memorable with police, firefighter, and military personnel escorts north on Highway 111 to St. Louis Regional Airport. The Global War on Terror Wall of Remembrance is a traveling memorial that lists the names of nearly 6,900 individuals lost in the War on Terror. This wall aims to bring healing to those affected by America's longest war and traveled to nearly 100 cities throughout the United States. The Global War on Terror Wall of Remembrance will be open and available for visitation. It was last week. Tim Brown, who we had on this show, has worked diligently on bringing the Global War of Terror Wall of Remembrance to the area and said it has been an absolute honor and a privilege to work on this event. And hey, we're going to take a look at some prep scores from around the Riverbend, wrapping up our news coverage locally in the 9 o'clock hour. We'll take another look at 10. But Edwardsville beat Belleville West 70-0. Quincy Notre Dame beat Breeze Mater Dei 35-14. Madison beat Tremont. Cahokia beat Carbondale 46-6. And Notre Dame Catholic of Peoria beat Granite City 40-14. Carlinville beat Staunton 34-21. Belleville East beat Alton 33-14. Waterloo Civic Memorial 40-0. Centralia beat Belleville Althoff Catholic 16-7. Highland beat Triad. Greenville topped Litchfield. Muscuda was victorious over Jersey 49-14. East Alton Woods River lost to Breeze Central 21-6. Collinsville beat Mattoon 43-3. Nashville beat Marquette Catholic 44-3. And Roxana topped Salem 28-7. And hey, today at 6:30 p.m., RiverBender.com is going to bring you some coverage of the local Marquette versus Alton High boys soccer game. The hometown rivalry game will be covered right here on RiverBender.com and on all of its platforms. And I have a good sense of knowing that maybe somebody you know might be on that call. Hey, it's 9:12 right here in downtown Alton. Let's take a quick break on this 26th day of September. And when we come back, our daily show with me, CJ Nasello, rolls on in the heart of the Riverbend.
Fasten your chin straps, ladies and gentlemen, because you are about to experience the most exciting lineup of CF Moto ATVs and side-by-sides ever to hit the trails, rocks, and sand dunes. For 2021, we are introducing an awesome array of new features, plus some new models across 3 lineups: C-Force ATVs, U-Force Utility Side-by-Sides, and Z-Force Performance Side-by-Sides. CF Moto, experience more together.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com.
Or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganass Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganass Toyota has been a fixture in Riverbend, and now Munganass Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Oh, 9:16 back here on the 26th day of September in the heart of the Riverbend. That's downtown Alton at the RiverBender building. Excuse me. This weather change is messing with my sinuses today. You know, with all this talk, with inflation, and, obviously it's a big problem, but you don't need me to tell you that. I did some scouring the other day, and I found 5 prices of food from the 1920s to today. And, I think if we look back through the decade, it's kind of interesting to see how much things cost. And really just a unique piece that I was able to pull together. And just something interesting. 5 prices from the 1920s for food. In Wisconsin, for a pound of cabbage, it was 2 cents. For a pound of cheese in New York, 38 cents. For a pound of chicken in New York, it was 39 cents, and codfish was 29 cents in 1924 in Wisconsin. Pure lard was the most expensive, and in 1920, it was $1.20 for 5 pounds of pure lard in Wisconsin. 5 prices from the 1930s. Spring chickens were 20 cents per pound in Ohio in 1932, and hot dogs, 8 cents a pound in Ohio in 1932 as well. For the best steak, it was 22 cents a pound in Ohio in 1935. Pure lard was at 15 cents a pound, which is a lot better than what it was in the 20s in Wisconsin in 1935. Hot cross buns were 16 cents per dozen in Texas in 1939. And hey, 5 prices from the 40s, which I think gets a little bit interesting here, and with the war effort. Cauliflower was 15 cents per head in Pennsylvania in 1948. Chicken was up to 41 cents a pound in 1946 in New Jersey. Donuts were 15 cents a dozen, and flour was only 25 cents for a 5-pound bag in 1944 in California. And in the 1950s, coffee was 37 cents a pound. Creamed corn was 38 cents for 3 cans. Frozen chicken pie, 19 cents for 1, and frozen green beans were 24 cents per half pound. That's a weird measurement. Gerber's baby food, 10 cents a jar in California in 1959. In 1960, Heinz ketchup cost 22 cents in California. Kraft Deluxe dinners were 39 cents in Wisconsin. Kraft Miracle Whip, only 51 cents. And processed cheese from Kraft, 39 cents for every 8 ounces, and macaroni and cheese dinners, 39 cents as well in 1963. In 1970s, fresh grapes were 69 cents per pound in Illinois, and fresh strawberries, 29 cents a pound in California. Fresh turkey, 43 cents per pound in Ohio in the 70s. Grapefruit, 99 cents for 10 in California, and ground beef in our state of Illinois in 1978 was 98 cents per pound. And in the 1980s, flour was 99 cents for 5 pounds of white sliced bread, 50 cents, and grapefruit, 1 was 33 cents in the 80s. Ground beef rose in the 80s to 139 a pound. And hey, in the 90s, cherry tomatoes, 187 a pound in Washington. Chicken was $1.05 per pound in Wisconsin. Clementines, $6 for 5 pounds in New Jersey. And eggs large, grade A, were $1.05 a pound in Wisconsin in 98. Frankfurters was $2, $1.99 a pound in New Jersey in 1996. And here we go. We skipped the 2010s, went right on to 2020. Sara Lee white bread is now averaged at $2.08 a loaf. Potatoes, rosette, on average 78 cents per pound. Bacon, that's the Hormel brand at 16 ounces, is just under $5 a package on average. And sugar for 4 pounds of it is $1.74. Ground beef, and we're talking lean, is $5.24. And I just saw that, and how interesting. You go from white bread and you go from white bread in the 50s to basically being under what? We're talking maybe 30 cents. And then you look at it now in today's climate, and yeah, you can all yell at me for going, well, times change and things change. Yeah, I get it. But to go to $2 a loaf from, maybe 49 cents, pretty astonishing. And then, from the 70s to now, for ground beef for being 98 cents in 1978 to $5.24 in 2020 is really kind of astonishing. I just saw that and thought, I'd probably throw that on you guys sometime today, but really just interesting to talk about, because so many times, you have people that go, inflation is not as bad as people make it out to be. Others scream bloody murder. I just am in between because, after all the time of hearing the talking heads, I've realized that I have more important things to worry about, unfortunately, right now for the show. And I just found that information kind of astonishing, to have things cost 2 cents. 2 cents. And I don't know what the inflation gap would be now. We didn't put that into consideration. I should have looked it up and done the calculation. But just interesting, really just an interesting conversation. And like I said, Luis Noya, who is our sports correspondent, I'm talking to him now, actually, will be on the show in just a few minutes, and really looking forward to his report on Albert Pujols hitting the 700th home run, 699 and 700. He did this for his 500th home run, too. He hit 499 and 500 in the same day. I think that was at National Stadium against Washington, if I believe so correctly. So really looking forward to Luis's conversation with us coming up here as well. And hey, like I said, if you guys didn't know, Jason Harrison, Lemay's Catering, will be on at the 10 o'clock hour to talk about their business and all the great work that they do. Down at the Candidates Forum on yesterday, I got to learn a lot actually about Lemay's Catering and about so many other locally owned businesses and just individuals that do so much to support, the local scene, whether or not it's in food, whether it's in music, whether it's even in, civil rights. I mean, it was great conversations all around the board and really just a nice, beautiful day for it, and honestly, it was really kind of nice too, because right after that, I had to go back down, and as a lot of you know, I do the micro soccer program for Alton Park and Rec, and to have the 3- and 4-year-olds out there and just having the time of their life on a beautiful Sunday was really, really cool. And actually, there's always like a stigma in my mind that, after the first week of doing micro, the kids normally kind of either like it or they don't like it. And so you either have around the same number of people coming back, or you have about a fourth coming back. And we kept pretty good numbers the second weekend. Mike Haynes and Lindsay have done a great job at Alton Park and Rec's department to make sure that we have everything we need to have a successful micro season and a successful soccer season. And by the way, guys, I don't know if you have a grandson, a daughter, a granddaughter, grandson, that needs a job. Alton Park and Rec is looking for soccer referees big time. They really could use your help, and they pay pretty well. I hate to say that on the air, but they really do. And you get compensated quite well for a job that's really, really enjoyable. You have some parents every once in a while that give you some trouble, but hey, that's sports, right? So if you want to help out your community and get some seasonal work and some little extra spending money in your pocket, contact the Alton Park and Recs department and say you want to be a soccer referee. They will greatly appreciate it. And wanted to tell you guys, too, this Friday at the loading dock, I was telling you guys about it last week, but got to take care of a little bit of business again today on this Monday, and that's Riot on the River. Dynamo Pro Wrestling and the loading dock are in conjunction again. After the pandemic, we're back to business, baby. Riot on the River is a family-friendly event, pro wrestling at its finest. Dynamo Pro Wrestling has presented and delivered and developed a lot of the familiar faces that you watch on television, whether it's on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Dynamo Pro Wrestling has instilled the wrestling at the Chase feel all throughout the St. Louis area for the last 14 years, and it will be no different on Friday. And hey, I got a good sense of mind to tell you that you might see somebody at that show and to having a match himself. So on Friday, that starts at 7 p.m. at the Loading Dock. Go ahead and check out the Loading Dock's Facebook page for more information or to get tickets. Visit dynamopro.bigcartel.com. And like I said, Luis Noya, who is our sports correspondent, going to be joining us here in just a few seconds. So let's take that break. 9:25 right here on this 26th day of September. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you have anything you want to talk about, you can either comment that in on the Facebook watch, you can text it in to me, 618-759-7469. That's 618-759-7469. Anything you want to talk about Riverbend related, and like I said, we got sports coming up just around the bend in downtown Alton.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Fasten your chin straps, ladies and gentlemen, because you are about to experience the most exciting lineup of CF Moto ATVs and side-by-sides ever to hit the trails, rocks, and sand dunes. For 2021, we are introducing an awesome array of new features, plus some new models across 3 lineups: C-Force ATVs, U-Force Utility Side-by-Sides, and Z-Force Performance Side-by-Sides. CF Moto, experience more together.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price. For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that's perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagle's Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood, professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Well, we were going to do the All-Star Award, but that's a tease. Good one coming up. But right now, joining me on the phone after the victorious milestone, it was reached 700 by Albert Pujols, only 4 to do it. And John Rooney's call laminated that history in the, I don't know, LA night sky. Luis, save me.
I like nice guy.
There you go. Hey, man, I got to just say on behalf of all of us here at, the Alton area that weren't as lucky. By the way, Luis Noya is our sports correspondent. We were going to hit the All-Star Award, but Luis, right on time as always. Really appreciate you calling in. And, man, a lot of us didn't get a chance to watch it, but for the first time in a while, radio proved true. And to hear John Rooney's call on that 700, 699 was wonky for him, I'll be honest. He called it his 800th at first. But what he did, but man, what a night for Albert Pujols. And then right after he hits it, crosses home plate, goes and finds Adrian Beltre, another standout from the Dominican Republic. How great is that?
It was great. Again, I felt lucky. I never thought I was going to feel lucky for being one of the thousands and maybe millions at that point watching a game on YouTube, Apple TV. But again, I watch it live. Again, here's props to the Apple TV people. They did a good job too with the call.
Did they? I didn't hear it actually. I only heard Rooney's.
Yeah, I know Rooney was awesome. It was what we all wanted for him, and that turned out great. But Apple TV again, they called the what was going on and they just let it breathe, and it was great. It was great. The minute that dude hit that ball and he crossed first base, he was smiling like a 5-year-old.
And by the way, the fastest I've seen Albert Pujols run in about 15 years. So, by the way, I can see why he doesn't run much. Those knees didn't bend, man.
Again, for the people that complain about Pujols and Molina not running to first base, they don't need to, and they don't want to.
No, they don't. And you're
and
absolutely
they can.
Right.
They can lightly jog, and that's all about it.
You know what? I don't know who can carry the refrigerator better, if it's Pujols or Yachty, but I'm right there with you, man. To all the people that get frustrated, oh, he didn't run to first base. Okay. And?
Okay. So, yes, when you want to, you're out.
Right. And, man, I got to...
40 years old. You should be jogging, yeah.
Right. And like I said, guys, Luis Noya, sports correspondent on the phone. Hey, Luis, got to ask you, do you know anything about McLaughlin laying out for that call and giving it to John? Was that just because it was on the radio and he was just, in the booth, or was that something that was kind of decided by those two?
I think it was decided by everybody on the radio. Remember that KMOX, they don't have, again, John Rooney doesn't call the entire game. He goes play-by-play for the first couple of innings or few innings. And then Ricky Horton or Claves gets the call for, like they say, the 4th, 5th, and the 7th.
Right.
But it was made, again, a promise was made in St. Louis, like before the road trip started, that whenever Albert Pujols is there with 699 going to 700, the call goes to John Rooney.
Really cool.
So, really cool. Again, he deserves it. He's been in this business for a long time. Remember, he was the White Sox play-by-play guy before coming in St. Louis in 2006. So he actually got to call 2 back-to-back World Series winners for the teams he was a part of.
Not very many get to say they've done that. I completely forgot about the White Sox career that he had. He was with them for a while.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, there's not much more to say about the Cardinals, and they finally started driving in some runs. I don't know if it was Pujols actually, getting to 700. We had a couple of bad games this weekend, but who cares, right? You had celebrate
Yeah,
a milestone.
I think the best line of the week was made from my mom in Puerto Rico.
I love it.
Friday, that team had a lot of energy that they could energize the entire island of Puerto Rico. The next 2 days, not so much.
No. And, I think it's fair to assume just because, I tend to, they say, don't ever assume it makes an ass out of you and me. I do that pretty much every day of the week, so I'm fair to say this. It seems to me that they had a little bit of fun after after that game after he hit 700 and might be the reason, a little bit tired. Fair to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they celebrated before celebrating a little bit too hard.
Right.
And for people wondering about that, the earliest they can clinch a division title is going to be on Wednesday. Remember, the Cardinals are off today. They fly to Milwaukee. They're probably already now.
Right.
Cardinals, their last 2 games with the Brewers this season, and then tomorrow starts Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday day off. The rare Thursday, Monday day off for a team.
Right. I was getting ready to ask you. That doesn't happen very much, does it?
It doesn't. No. I just the way the schedule worked out, and then 6 against the Pirates.
Wow.
So there's a chance. Again, there's a chance the Cardinals may clinch in the weekend. So, but the fans might see a clincher live. If you're not there, going to do the drive to Milwaukee.
No.
But here's the thing: it's gonna be a little bit disappointing because, again, last week, the vibe that I got from the players, it's like we won this wrapped up before the Pirates series.
Right.
At home, not on the road. At home.
And
so it's easy. It's easy. Again, sorry to cut you out there, but it's easy. It's just win 2 against the Brewers and you're good.
Right, and no, you're fine. My question is though, I mean, so many times, and we'll move on to the Blues here in a couple of seconds, but so many times I feel like this year, you've heard Pujols say, I really 700's a number to me. The fan kept the ball. I'm here to win a title. I'm here to take a ring back home with me and retire happy. Is that really has that actually been the course of action, or do you think that this 700's been weighing on him? Because I have to ask you that. I mean, that's a fair question.
Yeah, because he's been saying all the right things.
Right.
But the way he reacted with the joyfulness, and also it's like, finally it happened.
Exactly. Thank you. Because you're watching.
He got to 698.
Right.
It's hard to say, man, I'm there.
You're right. And the thing is, you said it best. I mean, you watch this right when he hit, by the way, 699 was a moonshot. 700's a screamer over the wall. And it's still at a pretty respectable distance. But you're right. The moment he hit it, his eyes lit up actually brighter than when he won a World Series with us in 2011 and 6. He was happy then. But that was a different form of Albert Pujols that I don't think we've ever seen before. That was the game face completely gone. I'm going to enjoy this.
Same here. And like, I think what he said, because I got to watch the press conference ESPN aired it after the game. He says this is only one of the first thing. Again, this is only a taste. He alluded to, like, this only being a taste to what's to come, and what's to come is the World Series in October. Now, that might seem unlikely, but again, like the 2016 team, like the 2016, like the 2011 team. Only if you are in the tournament, you can do whatever you want to.
Right. Exactly. And I'm just glad that we're able to get your take on that. And I think 704 is fine. Get to 25 home runs this year. Really prove everybody wrong, because I don't think people realize that Albert Pujols is third on our team in home runs. I mean, this guy is on fire. I mean, literally on fire.
He is. Like I told, again, when people say about Albert, oh my God, what he's doing is incredible, like, or whatever. If you hear a call that's incredible or whatever, it's like, okay, but that's not the right adjective to use, because if it's incredible, we wouldn't think it was happening. It's the machine. It's credible. It's happening. You know what it is? It's amazing.
You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. And hey, let's transition over to as I'm fighting a microphone stand. Let's transition over to the Blues. We're getting ready for preseason, aren't we? We're about a couple weeks out from games.
No, they just played their first game on Saturday. Their first preseason game on Saturday.
I should have checked the email you sent me. No. So talk to us about that game, man, and to all you Blues fans, sorry that I was not watching preseason. How's it looking for us? Do we have a chance this year? Right off the bat, I'm putting you on the spot, man. Amsinger predicted Pujols' 700th in LA in April, so I'm letting you predict the Blues winning it all right here on the 26th day of September.
Well, here's the thing. If it goes the way it went on Saturday, yeah, you're gonna be undefeated, win the Stanley Cup in around June. So yeah, they won again. It's preseason hockey,
right?
So it's tough to judge the first game on Bennington again. It looked well, but still 4 goals allowed by the whole goal staff and the whole St. Louis goal staff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like ideal, but again, it's the first game they played in Wichita against the Arizona Coyotes. Remember, the Arizona Coyotes are playing in a college stadium.
Really?
This season. Yes. Their lease with their 17,000 seat stadium didn't get renewed. So they went to Arizona State and said, hey, can we use your hockey rink for the season? And they said yes.
How degrading. Oh my God. And I hope it goes well. Sorry. That's funny to me. I feel bad for the guys.
Well, yeah, for the guys that play, yeah. For the organization, well, it's your screw up. I cannot feel sad for millionaires in this situation.
No, you can't. I mean, that's like the Blues going over to SLU and going, hey, guys, we messed up big time. Can we borrow the basketball court for a couple of games?
I can get it worse. It's like them going to Centene Ice Center where they practice. It's like, no, we're going to drink the games too, because it's roughly around against 2,500 people.
Actually, you know what? Them being in Arizona State might draw a bigger crowd. Boom, boom.
I think it will look fuller.
It's true. That's true. Hey, how are the guys? I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to any of the Blues players. How are they feeling about this year? Because last year, wasn't there like a little like weird, not riff, but it seemed like morale was kind of always an issue with a couple of the players.
Yeah, again, last year was just a weird season because it was long season. So whenever there was a rift there with, again, not major, but again they're like family when they're in a room for the longest time. Oh wow, surprise, they're gonna fight.
Right. You know what?
So,
you hit it. You're right.
I haven't had a chance to go to there yet. Hopefully this week I get a chance to go to Blues camp. But again, Bennington's selfie again. Here's the thing too with the whole Bennington situation. Remember last year with the National Catering injury?
Oh yeah.
It took several months for that knee to recover fully, so he was in no shape to play.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like right away, he was in no shape to play. If the Blues went to the Western Conference Finals, he was gonna be in no shape to play if the Blues reached the Stanley Cup Finals. So.
Right.
He was out for the season.
That's terrible. And by the way, I wouldn't be offended if somebody just walked up and sucker punched Nadry, right in the mouth. That'd be great. But anyway, that's my opinion. Luis, what's going on in the NFL and college football? We have a couple of minutes left, and I always say, people, we're gonna hit that, but then you and I start talking about either Albert Pujols or something. Well, I do because I see something and get distracted. But We should hit on the NFL and some of the games going on and college football. How'd it go this last week for Illinois and Mizzou?
Okay, Illinois won their game on. I think they played like a Thursday or Friday night game against Chattanooga, so they defeated them handily, actually, 31-0. Mizzou played a football game and lost in the most Mizzou way possible. a program that has lost in the Shane Gann screwing around and oh my God, 5th down. What? 5th down? Oh, okay, they lost that game. Their drive again. They're playing against Auburn. Auburn has a bad football team too. So Mizzou has a chance to do something. And they're driving. It's about again. The clock is ticking. Tick, 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 tick. They found a timeout. They're in like the 10-yard line, inside the 10-yard line, and wisely, I think, Drink says, you know what? Let's end it now because it's tied.
Right.
And let's get a kicker that doesn't miss. You know, this kicker, again, he is Harrison Mevis. His nickname is, for everybody that doesn't know, it's the thicker kicker. He's fat.
No way. No way.
So, and then he lines up and doinks it. We go to overtime. Mizzou still has a chance to win because they got Auburn got the field goal and not the touchdown. So if Mizzou gets a touchdown, they win. And when I think it was their running back. I don't remember because it was hard to watch this football game because it was it was a close game, but not a good game.
It was the toilet bowl, huh?
It was the toilet bowl. It was basically the toilet bowl play in Auburn, Alabama, and the running back or the person that was carrying the ball at the moment sees the end zone. In the transition of arms, I don't know why you're trying to do this. He fumbles the ball. Auburn recovers. Game over. I'll be here all week.
Luis Noya, thank you so much. You guys can, by the way, how do people follow along with you and what you're covering on Twitter?
So Facebook, you can add me as a friend. I will add you. Luis Luismi Noya Nolla. Instagram and Twitter is at LuisMinoya17. So the same spelling, but put a 17 on it.
There you go. Hey, Luis, got a question.
Twitter is that, and Instagram is Luis_PR or whatever. You'll find me.
Luis Noya, Google him. You'll find him. Hey, Luis, got a question for you before I let you go.
Yeah.
Got a good lawyer?
No.
There you go. Let me answer your question for you right now. I will give you a good one. It's Sean Lentz over at the Lentz Law Firm, 2600 Edward Street. Sean Lentz is a good friend of mine, and he's a great lawyer to add on top of it. Not only a good friend, but my personal lawyer. Listen, when it comes to personal injury, guys, ain't nobody better. He's a hometown guy with years of experience, great results. To add on top of it, his office is right up there across from Centerstone, 2600 Edward Street. And listen, when you go to Sean, you aren't getting that big tie, big coat wearing lawyer that has a big personality that kind of makes you feel a little intimidated, a little bit uneasy going into that meeting. Sean knows his stuff, and he's a humble guy that's just going to take you and make sure that he puts you in the best shape forward for all your litigation needs, whether it's traffic tickets, DUIs. He handles some criminal matters like that, but if he doesn't, he's going to reach into his big, expansive contact book, and he's going to find someone that does just as good a job as he would do. But if it's dog bites, auto accidents, motorcycle accidents, negligence, medical malpractice, trucking cases, listen, there's nobody else you can call. Nobody but Sean Lentz. 465-8000, 618-465-8000. If that rainy day comes, you don't want to be reactive to it. You want to be proactive. I've been there. And save yourself days and weeks of your precious time by saving Sean's number now, 618-465-8000. Listen, I'm like Oprah. You get a lawyer. You get a lawyer. Luis gets a lawyer. We all get a good lawyer, and that good lawyer is Sean Lentz over at the Lentz Law Firm, 2600 Edward Street, or 618-465-8000. Back to wrap up this hour after this in downtown Alton.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive, Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthy new you.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Fasten your chin strap, ladies and gentlemen, because you are about to experience the most exciting lineup of CF Moto ATVs and side-by-sides ever to hit the trails, rocks, and sand dunes. For 2021, we are introducing an awesome array of new features, plus some new models across 3 lineups: C-Force ATV, U-Force Utility Side-by-Sides, and Force Performance Side-by-Sides. CF Moto. Experience more together.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Chevy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with wheels. Visit Chevy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price. For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit Toyota.com or stop at their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
When I get through throwing it on you, you got to come back for more. Boys and things will come by the dozen, but that ain't nothing but drugstore loving. Pretty little thing, let me light your count, cause mama, I'm sure hard to hell and I yes around.
Talking to Luis Noya. It's 9:54 right here in the heart of the Riverbend. That's downtown downtown Alton on this 26th day of September. CJ Nasello back with you as our daily show rolls on. And like I said, guys, Luis Noya really is really such a great treat for us to have here at RiverBender.com. And honestly, not very many people can say that their sports correspondent is actually in the clubhouse with the players, talking to the players each and every day they're at home, whether it's for the Blues, whether it's for the Cardinals. And we're really happy that Luis decided to, really kind of be a part of our team in a way and give us some correspondence, give us some insights from Yadier Molina and Albert Pujols, and really just keep us all in the know. Wink there for Ray Hartman, and because that's the name of his show, and really just keep us all informed when it comes to the Blues and the Cardinals. You guys ever have any questions for Luis, feel free to comment those into Facebook or really just text them into the show line, because we'll ask Luis the questions that you have. That's really what it's for. So, like I said, going to be a great 10 o'clock hour. Jason Harrison, who owns Lemay's Catering and does so much more in our community, joins us at 10:20, and really looking forward to that conversation. We got some more local news coming up just around the corner, and, really just kind of a nice Monday. It's great not having to get in, and especially after all the news this last weekend. It's been a busy one in the news cycle, and really to kind of come in and have a nice, easy Monday 9 o'clock hour is really relaxing, and really appreciate Luis switching it up for us and giving us that sports hit in the 9 o'clock hour, and really thankful that you guys are tuning in as well. And, by the way, not to get a little bit excited here, but the fact of the matter is, we had a pretty good audience on Friday, and one of our largest, and really just want to thank the Riverbender team, and want to thank, really first the Riverbender team for making, putting this in the position that they have has really been fantastic. And to all of you that tuned in, that hung out, that watched it, we really appreciate that. Share the show. Make sure you get the word out that you don't have a talk show anymore that's got your radio, that's trying to be a wannabe Stern or a wannabe Limbaugh. It's just a show about us, that's by us, for us, all about the communities that make up the Riverbend, just like RiverBender.com does, but a little bit of, just a play on all the great things that we're doing and adding on to it. And by the way, just in case you guys are tuning in now online on the RiverBender.com website, tonight, 6:30 at Public School Stadium, it's the hometown rivalry soccer game, Marquette Catholic against Alton High boys, Redbird Soccer. And listen, Alton High's the home team on this one, so it's kind of weird. Every time we have one of these local games, it's like, does home and away really matter? Not really. It just decides what color jersey you're putting on that day, but I'd really like it. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if the rules change, because these IHSA rules seem to change every 2 days with anyone noticing sometimes. But the fact of the matter is, I would love to see, maybe them waive the rule and do blue and red, right? I mean, to me, that's the way it should be. I think, the white jerseys are, acceptable if you guys both have the same away color or same alternate color. But really, I think that they should be able to wear the blue jersey and the red jersey for Alton High and Marquette today. And like I said, you guys got anything you want to talk about, 618-759-7469, anything in the Riverbend area that's on your mind, or anything you want to kind of voice your concerns about, listen, the floor is yours. And by the way, show's developing even more and more. We got a TV hung up on the wall. We got some more monitors coming in. And hey, you know what's cool about it? It gives me a better opportunity to present you the information that pertains directly to you. So like I said, if you guys want to talk about anything, you have 20 minutes in the 10 o'clock hour before Jason comes on the show with Lemay's Catering, and you can have the floor. The microphone will be yours. All I'm going to do is either chuckle at something you said or say, well, you're probably right. Hey, 9:59 right here in the heart of the Riverbend. That's downtown Alton at the Riverbender building on this 26th day of September. The 10 o'clock hour is full of great conversation with you, me, Jason Harrison, Lemay's Catering, and more on this Monday in downtown Alton. Let's take a quick break, but before I do, a little bit more business. And did you know that you can download the Riverbender app on your Play Store, whether it's Apple, whether it's the App Store, whether it's Google Play, RiverBender.com, the app is there for you to download all your local news, all your local video, all of your local sports right there on your phone. And hey, and you get Riverbender Radio to add on top of it, whether it's the Eagle, the Bridge, or the River, so much more on Riverbender Radio app, on the Riverbender app. And hey, if you have a Roku TV, you can download it on that too. And just so you know, you can officially say once you download those apps that yes, you've had your daily dose of local.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Fasten your chin straps, ladies and gentlemen, because you are about to experience the most exciting lineup of CF Moto ATVs and side-by-sides ever to hit the trails, rocks, and sand dunes. For 2021, we are introducing an awesome array of new features, plus some new models across 3 lineups: C-Force ATVs, U-Force Utility side-by-sides, and Z-Force Performance side-by-sides. CF Moto, experience more together.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Chevy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with wheels. Visit Chevy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price. For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, same great service you've come to expect.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong?
Oh, 10:04, right back at it in the heart of the Riverbend on this Monday in Alton. And listen, great first hour, and glad that you guys are a part of it with me. CJ Nasello is your host of The Daily Show. for the foreseeable future until y'all run me out of town. Luis Noya was great giving us a recap on Albert Pujols breaking the 700 mark and making history, the fourth player to do so. And if you want to hear any of that conversation, you can do so on demand about an hour after the show concludes. It is available for you anytime, anywhere, all at the touch of a button. And coming up is Jason Harrison with Lemay's Catering. Really glad to have that conversation with him and see what Lemay's is all about and all of the great work that they do in our community. And hey, as we take another look at the news cycle in Alton, like I said, every 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock at the top of each hour, we're going to start doing this because it's time to format this show a little bit. And in Alton, the 5th annual Alton Cigar event created by Derek and Kathleen Richardson will be from 3 to 8 p.m. at Bluff City Grill in Alton on Saturday, October the 1st. This is a rain or shine event under the covered outdoor patio. Admission is free to the public. The Alton Cigar event is 5 years strong. This event is about bonding and cigars. Every year, the attendance, it gets bigger, and there will be plenty of seating. Bluff City Grill has wonderful food and drink selections for purchase. Even if you don't smoke cigars, come out and be a part of the fun, says Derek Richardson, who is one of the event organizers. And also, button wasn't working. Also in Alton this weekend, the Canine Carnival was hosted by the Alton Farmers and Artisan Market. That Saturday morning, it ranged from 8 a.m. to noon. The free event was organized by Alton Main Street and Hope Animal Rescues. Locals were invited to bring their dogs dressed to impress for a pet parade around the market and a costume contest. The winner of that contest received a $25 gift card to Petco. There was an adopt-a-thon where guests had the opportunity to bring home a new furry friend. Madison County Humane Society and Madison County Triad hosted a drive-through vaccine and microchip clinic, and vaccinations were free while supplies lasted. Also this weekend, or last weekend in Alton, Simmons, Hanley, and Conroy and Metro Tri Club of Edwardsville once again teamed up to put on the 14th annual Alton Miles for Meso 5K run and 3K fun run walk in honor of National Mesothelioma Awareness Day, which is Monday, today, the September 26th. People have been looking forward to this event for a couple of years now. Todd Amentis, an organizer of the event, said that the races had more than 1,000 people registered. The long-running event produced a large crowd Saturday morning at Upper Alton, with the race's start and finish line being right outside of Marquette Catholic High School's front doors. For 12 years, the event has always been in person. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this was the first face-to-face race in 3 years. In 2020 and 2021, the race was put on in a virtual capacity. The race began shortly after 9 and on a beautiful fall morning with temperatures in the high 60s and low 70s. Hundreds of people, young and old, participated in the event. One that is for a great cause. Since the race's inception, it has raised more than $468,000 in funds to support mesothelioma research and awareness, a number that grew larger after this year's race. In Edwardsville, Southern Illinois University Police Chief Kevin Schmoll signed off for the final time on Friday at SIUE. Schmoll has been an ever-present resource on the campus as he has served 28 years in different capacities. Schmoll will now become Assistant Director of Southwestern Illinois Law Enforcement Commission. The purpose of that commission is to improve and strengthen law enforcement, to encourage research and development directed towards new and improved methods for prevention and reduction of crime and the detection and apprehension of criminals. Chief Schmoll is well known and respected as a member of law enforcement leadership in Southwestern Illinois, and he seems to be a perfect candidate for the new role. In Madison County, the Madison County Coroner Stephen Nahn announced Friday afternoon that a Troy woman lost her life following a residential structure fire on Thursday, September 22nd, which was covered right here on Riverbender by content director Dan Brannon. The victim, identified as Susan Tomlinson, 69, of the 500th block of Woodrush Street in Troy. Tomlinson was pronounced deceased by Madison County Coroner's Office investigators at 4:55 p.m. Thursday after she was discovered within her residence upon completion of fire suppression operations. Multiple area fire departments were called to the scene in coordinated efforts to contain and extinguish the fire. Nahn said the Troy Police Department officers were summoned to an address in the 500th block of Woodruff Street for a domestic disturbance at approximately 2:22 p.m. The preliminary investigation led to the victim's address and the discovery of an active fire within the residence. The circumstances surrounding this incident remain under investigation by Troy Police Department, Illinois State Fire Marshal's Office, Illinois State Police Crime Scene Unit, and the Madison County Coroner's Office. Funeral arrangements are still pending for Tomlinson, and no additional information regarding this incident is scheduled to be released at this time. Also in Edwardsville, Madison County's Household Hazardous Waste Collection Facility receives an award for its efforts as it approaches its first anniversary of operations in October. Madison County Building and Zoning received an award for Illinois Recycling Foundation during its conference in Joliet for its pursuit and achievement of opening a permanent household hazardous waste collection facility. The collection facility, located at 249 North Old St. Louis Road in Wood River, allows all Illinois residents to drop off household hazardous waste for free the first Saturday and third Friday of every month. The new facility is one of just a handful of such collection sites in the state, and the permanent household hazardous waste collection facility in southern Illinois. The facility provides an opportunity and services for local communities to dispose of their toxic waste responsibly. Medicines are still eligible, however, for drop-off at local sheriff's offices and police stations. In Bethalto and Wood River, a follow-up of our interview with Tim Brown and the Fly-In Festival, the arrival of the Global War on Terror Wall of Remembrance presented by the Riverbend Patriots of Southwest Illinois on Friday the 23rd was memorable, with police, firefighter, and military personnel escorts north on Highway 111 to the St. Louis Regional Airport. The Global War on Terror Wall of Remembrance is a traveling memorial that lists the names of nearly 6,900 individuals who lost their lives in the War on Terror. This wall aims to bring healing to those affected by America's longest war and has traveled nearly 100 cities throughout the United States. The Global War on Terror Wall of Remembrance was open and available for visitation 24 hours on Saturday during its stay as part of the 26th annual Fly-In at St. Louis Regional Airport. Tim Brown, who was on this show recently, has worked diligently on bringing the Global War on Terror Wall of Remembrance to the area, said it's an absolute honor and privilege to work on this event. And hey, taking a look at some of the prep scores, Edwardsville beat Belleville West 70-0. Quincy Notre Dame beat Breeze Mater Dei Catholic 35-14. Belleville East beat Alton High 33-14. Waterloo topped Civic Memorial 40-0. And Centralia beat Belleville Althoff Catholic 16-7. And Nashville beat Marquette Catholic 44-3. That's a look at your local news at 10:13 on this 26th day of September. Let's take a quick break. More of our daily show comes up right after this in the heart of the Riverbend.
Fasten your chin straps, ladies and gentlemen, because you are about to experience the most exciting lineup of CF Moto ATVs and side-by-sides ever to hit the trails, rocks, and sand dunes. For 2021, we are introducing an awesome array of new features, plus some new models across 3 lineups: C-Force ATVs, U-Force Utility Side-by-Sides, and Z-Force Performance Side-by-Sides. CF Moto, experience more together.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheeby's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheeby's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Lennox.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop at their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
All right. Luis interrupted our last edition of the All-Star Award. Didn't even get a chance to start it. Got some words to have with him after this. But we got some pretty good All-Stars. And just remember, it's always good to laugh at somebody else's expense. That's my motto, and I stick to it. The first All-Star, and, well, do you say the best? I don't know. I'll say the best All-Star for the day. Here we go. Houston suspect tells a fast food employee it's his first robbery. Leaves empty-handed, police say. Yes, that's true. A man walked into a Houston fast food restaurant and told employees this was his first robbery and ended up leaving empty-handed. The bizarre incident happened on Sunday after 6 p.m. in the 8,000th block of Howard Street in Houston. Police said in a press release an unknown individual entered the restaurant, walked up to an employee standing behind the counter, and asked for change for a $100 bill. As the employee turned around to ask his manager, the wannabe robber displayed a handgun, told employees it was his first robbery, and demanded money from the register. That's how you do it. The manager, calling his bluff, refused to open the register for the suspect. The suspect tried to negotiate. There you go. Go for the moon. The suspect tried to negotiate with the manager but failed, growing frustration before eventually leaving empty-handed. Oh, poor guy. Houston Police's robbery division is asking for the public's assistance in identifying the suspect, whom they described as an Hispanic male 17 to 25 years old wearing a black shirt and armed with a handgun. Information leading to the charge or arrest of the felony suspects may result in a cash payment of up to $5,000. So you know any friends in Houston, reach out to them. See if they were just at a fast food restaurant with a handgun. Wow, you can't win them all, right? And even robbers have bad days. Another all-star, because why not? And this is a teenager, so bear with me here. You break a Guinness World Record for good reasons and, well, not so good reasons. This one wasn't a good reason. I read through it this time. A 14-year-old Alberta girl achieved a Guinness World Record by putting 22 socks on one foot in 30 seconds. Yep, that's a real award. The teenager said she started training herself to beat the record for most socks put on one foot in 30 seconds. Under 16 years old, by the way. There's an age category for all those interested. When she had some downtime after a swimming competition in July, and on her first attempt, she was able to tie the previous record of 19 that was set by an individual in India. Cruz's official attempt, recorded by her mother, ended with 22 socks on her foot. That was enough to take the title. Cruz said that she received her official certificate in the mail this week. The teenager said she might pursue the adult version of the record. How do you have an adult version of this record? That stands at 28 socks, and she might pursue records in swimming categories. That one I could see a little bit more than the sock one. You know, I do these, and sometimes these Guinness World Records, they're for good causes, right? And they're for charitable work, they're for raising awareness, and you have somebody that was just bored one day after they took their swim cap off after a meet and said, I bet you I can put on 16 socks in 30 seconds. Who would want to do that? Who wants to achieve that goal? And the fact that you have an adult category for this is just asinine. Listen, I get so much grief sometimes from you guys that see me out in town and you go, wow, you really don't like the Guinness World Record people. Why do you talk about them? Well, to me, here's my answer. Some of them are really, really good, and some of them deserve an all-star award like the one like today, that put on 17 socks in 30 seconds. I could probably put on 18 socks in 30 seconds if I actually wanted to do so. Also, got a story for you to wrap up the show, so stay tuned for that because we could have had war coverage over the golf game that was on Saturday. But another all-star was a daredevil in France who walked nearly 1.4 miles on a high line in France. A daredevil walker broke a world record by walking nearly 1.4 miles on a line suspended at Mont Saint-Michel in France. Nathan Poland, who made headlines in 2017 when he walked 2,198 feet on a slack line suspended between Paris's Trocadéro Square and the Eiffel Tower, set a new record for highline walking when he walked a distance of 7,218 feet over Mont Saint-Michel, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in France. Poland's walk was recorded by camera company Insta360, and the footage posted to YouTube. Poland said it was an Insta360 news release that it's almost impossible to describe the feeling of walking on that lengthy high line. Sometimes I feel really powerful when I do that, but sometimes I also feel really small, and I feel like I'm nothing. Being able to do that makes me feel free. Hey, good for you, man. I think that's actually really, really cool. And we have a real all-star, something that I would do, and local to us. A Missouri woman said she was shocked when a Powerball ticket that was forgotten in her purse for over a month turned out to be a $50,000 winner. That's the truth. St. Louis County woman told Missouri lottery officials she bought a Powerball ticket for the July 16th drawing at the Walmart store in Manchester and tucked it into her purse, where it soon became forgotten. The woman said it wasn't until she visited a store to check a different Powerball ticket that she found the forgotten slip of paper in her purse and decided to scan it. The ticket, which had spent more than a month in her bag, turned out to be a $50,000 winner. I'm just so grateful and happy, the winner said. She had some money. She said some of the money will go towards paying off her student loans. Hey, you know what? You're still an all-star, but good for you. 10:22, let's take a break in the heart of the Riverbend. Jason Harrison, Lemay's Catering, joins us right after this in downtown Alton.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, it felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark, for me, is going to be the place that I found myself.
Fasten your chin straps, ladies and gentlemen, because you are about to experience the most exciting lineup of CF Moto ATVs and side-by-sides ever to hit the trails, rocks, and sand dunes. For 2021, we're introducing an awesome array of new features, plus some new models across 3 lineups: C-Force ATVs, U-Force Utility side-by-sides, and Z-Force Performance side-by-sides. CF Moto, experience more together.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price. For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit RiverBender.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers and will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Are you in the market for flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood, professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Girl, do you remember when we used to sing sha la 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 da, just like that.
10:27 right back here in the heart of the Riverbend on this 26th day of September. We were supposed to have Jason Harrison on from Lemay's Catering, and haven't seen him yet, so I don't know if that's a case of the Mondays. If he's walking in shortly, we'll have that conversation, but might as well tell you about my golf story. Listen, Saturday was a busy day for me. As a lot of you guys know, I do pro wrestling on the weekends, and we travel, and we go do shows, and Saturday I had a show in Mount Vernon. Technically not a match, but I had to still go out there, and before that, though, I went and played golf with a good buddy of mine, good friends, a couple of people, and we... I'm telling you guys this for a fact. For a fact, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, all of the major news networks should have been down there for war coverage. This was brutal. I mean, brutal. I thought last week when I played golf, it couldn't have gone worse. I mean, it won't get any worse than what it was. I was wrong. Really wrong. I might have put one into somebody's windshield by Rolling Hills. So if you were driving that way and you kind of saw a golf ball fly off the top of your car, very sorry, my slice was not working. The first time I hit a straight shot my entire career in golf, and I know I pinged one off a car, but hey, it gets even better. I'm playing like quadruple bogey golf, okay? It's not even fun. Thank God there was no PGA cameras around, because I would have even made Tiger Woods after the year he's had blush, okay? And all of a sudden, we're on the back nine, or, we're on, I think it was the 13th hole. How can this day get any worse, right? You're playing golf, and you can't really have fun when you're playing, golf and you're playing bad, right? And then you don't have any, adult beverages to throw on top of it. Because I got to go do this wrestling thing in Mount Vernon and leave right after golf to go straight up to Mount Vernon or down. I don't know where it is geographically. So to all the people going, it's not up, it's south, or it's not down there, it's up there. Sorry, didn't take geography. But the point of this, we're on the 13th hole. How can this day get any worse? We're having fun because it's golf, right? One of the guys, you're not going to say his name, puts the ball right behind a tree. Great drive. The second shot, we lost it, right? He's going to save it. Okay? We've all been there. We're behind the tree line, right? We can do this. We've seen Tiger Woods do this. We've seen Phil Mickelson do this. We've seen, Arnold Palmer do this, whatever. Let me tell you something. I have not seen a golf ball hit as hard as I did that day. This thing had to be at least 85, 90 miles an hour off the club. It hits the tree, okay? Boom! Goes in the woods, okay? Take the mulligan. Take the mulligan. I don't know if you're watching this, but take the mulligan. And I think you'd agree if you know who I'm talking about. Well, anyway, 2 is true, right? You almost died the first shot. Might as well take the second shot and see what happens, right? I mean, you're almost there. You might as well do it. He does it. Boom. 95 off the club. Boom. 110 right in the mouth. It was the most brutal thing I've ever seen. It was a war zone. Golf balls flying everywhere, ricocheting off of trees, hitting us in the face. We all played terrible. Actually, he did quite well, the guy that got hit. I did terrible. I shot a 119 in 18 holes of golf. It was a war zone. Every major news network was almost on the scene, and it was just phenomenal. I had to tell you guys that golf story because we've all been there, right? You think, I'm going to have a nice leisurely game, just a nice round of golf. It's beautiful, and, let's see what can go wrong. And I just thought of that. Wanted to tell you guys that because that's really how the weekend went, and actually, another thing, too, is the fact that whenever I do micro soccer, that show Kids Say the Darndest Things? They should tape at the micro soccer fields. They really should. Because I have never had a 4-year-old call me a failure before until yesterday. This is a true story. We're sitting there and we're getting ready to start micro soccer, and one of the kids comes up to me and goes, "Hey, coach," and kicks me the ball. And every once in a while, I have fun at the kids' expense because, I'm such a nice guy. And I fake the pass out where I step over the soccer ball. I'm sitting down, so I can't show you. But I step over the soccer ball like I'm going to pass, and I stop before it happens, right? And he looks at me, and 4 years old, and goes, just like this, how I'm looking at you. Well, that makes sense because you're a failure. I have never had in my life a 4-year-old call me a failure. But is he wrong? Maybe not. All I know is that was one of the funniest things that I've had happen to me this month. And after the weekend of the golf round from hell, driving 2 hours up to Mount Vernon, back down, getting up and doing the candidates forum over at the Flood Memorial, and then going into micro soccer was a busy, busy week. Hey, since Jason isn't here, guys, the phone lines are open for you. 618-759-7469. That's 618-759-7469. You guys can call in if you want, text in if you want, 618-759-7469, or comment it in if you're watching on RiverBender.com and or on RiverBender's Facebook page, which also simulcast this show. Hey, and in case you miss any other shows from the past, all you got to do, RiverBender.com/daily show. That's all you got to do. Type that in. Each one of our past shows, we've been on the air for a month and 10 days now, 11 if you consider the test run, or, technically 2 months if you consider the pre-release of the show that we did with Riverbend CEO UFit and Basecamp. We've been on for 2 months now, but you can catch every one of those shows on demand, all at the touch of a button, RiverBender.com/daily show. And hey, Have you signed up for the Riverbender daily newsletter? That has been a lifesaver for me as well. And you guys all have that at your disposal. All you got to do is put your email address in, and you will get every news story in the area that pertains to you. Really do, whether it's sports, local news, whether it's some state level news, all of that's included, plus the weather forecast, some really great material too to add on top of it. You can check that out by signing up for the newsletter on RiverBender.com. 1034, let's take a quick buffer break, get reset, and more of our daily show rolls on right after this. Get your phone ready. It's time to call in. Let me know what's on your mind. It doesn't have to be a good thing. Doesn't have to be a happy thing. It could be something that you really just want to raise awareness for, solve today. Maybe it was the way people were driving on West Delmar like me that don't follow the school zone sign. It says it right there, 20 miles an hour when people are present, when children are present. So don't ride CJ's bumper when he goes 20 miles an hour on West Delmar in front of Gilson Brown. That's my vent session for the day. I want to hear yours. 618-759-7469. Let's take that buffer break and come right back with more of our daily show in downtown Alton.
Fasten your chin straps, ladies and gentlemen, because you are about to experience the most exciting lineup of CF Moto ATVs and side-by-sides ever to hit the trails, rocks, and sand dunes. For 2021, we are introducing an awesome array of new features, plus some new models across 3 lineups. C-Force ATVs, U-Force utility side-by-sides, and Z-Force performance side-by-sides. CF Moto, experience more together.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Lennox.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and it will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Get away again tonight. The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Ooh, he was. Yes, he was.
Oh, we have to reschedule with Lemay's Catering. Apologize for that inconvenience. We hate when we have to do that, and sometimes things happen, especially on Mondays. So no worries there. We'll get them back on the show, and really apologize to you guys. Sometimes things happen in live shows, and you either sometimes have a full slate of guests like we had that one day, and the phone lines go down, or somebody just has something slip their mind. All good on this end. We'll get them back on sometime this week. Also, what we're gonna do too, I was talking last week about Riverbend getting tangled in my wires about Riverbend CEO, who is one of my favorite organizations in the area. Riverbend CEO empowers young students to become entrepreneurs and help out their local communities and get them prepared for a business life that pertains and is directly correlated to the growth of our area. Riverbend CEO, I had a chance to speak with the some of the prospective students at Alton High in April, and the thing that was really astonishing to me is everyone that was in that room wasn't in there because, CEO starts at about 7 o'clock. It goes until about 9 every day of the week, work week, that is, in school week. And to me, I thought there'd be some kids in there that, wanted to be in there just to kind of get the 2 hours off of your first class because you can go in at 9 o'clock instead of 8:30 or 9:30. And it wasn't the case. Everyone that was in that auditorium, and I want to thank Mike Bray, assistant principal over at Alton High, for allowing me to come on, and Katie Cibolo, the facilitator for Riverbend CEO, for allowing me to come on and, give this presentation, this little speech to the group. Everyone that was in there, I got to get new headphones. Every one of them that was in there because they really wanted to learn about business. I think it's the way life's going. I really do. So many times, look at the websites, look at the job boards. Everyone is hiring. But a lot of times, man, it seems to me, people want to start their own careers. They want to be entrepreneurs, which I think's great. But you just don't decide one day, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, right? You got to learn a little bit about it. And what Riverbend CEO does is they connect a networking group with community leaders, with business leaders, with major players in our area, quite frankly, and get the students in touch with people that have been there, done that, and will help them thrive. So I'm going to be in touch with Katie. We're going to get some of the CEO students on in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully some this week even, and talk about their journey so far, the events they have coming up. And it's great to see the CEO program as a whole, really develop in front of our eyes, whether it's the Jersey CEO program, whether it's, Edwardsville CEO program. There's so many, right? And the thing is, man, Katie's astonishing because she can handle not just Alton High, not just Marquette, the surrounding community schools, too, that make up the Riverbend, and she facilitates all of that. So I'm really looking forward to having more conversations with Riverbend CEO. But another thing in education news, most colleges and universities come from humble origins. Some, however, leave an immediate impact on the people they serve. Wednesday, October the 5th, will mark the 165th anniversary of the first classes at Illinois State University, the first public institution of higher learning in the state. The influence of the university was felt across Illinois almost from the outset. Before then, higher learning in Illinois was dominated by religious denominations, which founded colleges as preparatory schools for the ministry, priesthood, and other Christian vocations. At least 16 of these schools dotted the landscape of Illinois. In 1857, the year Illinois State was founded. Illinois was actually behind many neighboring states in creating public universities, as Michigan was founded in 1817, Indiana in 1820, and Wisconsin in 1848 already boasted impressive state institutions of higher learning. However, the Illinois State University quickly made up for lost time. The institution was a normal school or a center for training of teachers. When classes began at ISU, the school was housed in temporary quarters in Bloomington. This cornerstone had been laid on the first permanent campus building, Old Main, just 7 days before. A total of 19 students, 13 women, and 6 men, showed up for the first day of class. By the end of the century, Illinois State's national leadership in the preparation of teachers was unquestioned. At the time of the university's 50th anniversary in 1907, 91 Illinois State graduates were either presidents or professors of other normal universities. The second public school in the state, the University of Illinois, was founded in 1867 to emphasize agriculture, mechanical, and industrial learning. Illinois State continued, however, as an institution solely for teachers training until 1966. Though the university offers a full curriculum, Illinois State still maintains a high standard in teacher preparation, a throwback to its original mission. 87% of Illinois public school districts feature at least one ISU alum, while 1 in 4 new teachers statewide are an ISU graduate. Really, really cool to see that, and congratulations on the anniversary coming up. In Wood River, we have a new opening of a business set in November. Wood River's 1929 Pizza and Wine perimeter wall has come down, set to open in November. This is by Bradley Piros, who is a writer for RiverBender.com. After the headline, the wall has finally come down. After the building at 7 North Wood River Avenue in Wood River nearly burned down on March 1st, 2021, the future was in question. It wasn't going to be a cheap demolition job, and the first floor was relatively salvageable. Since the building is sat boarded up as work began on it, a plywood wall was built in front of the building and stood there for a long while before it was finally dismantled Monday morning. I understand the tagline now. So, after the building gained new ownership, it was announced that the building was going to be refurbished. And for all the wine and pizza lovers out there, you're set for luck. It's going to be turned into 1929 Pizza and Wine, set to become the region's premier dining spot for authentic Neapolitan pizza in a modernized space. The original plans include a rooftop patio, which will be cool, a dining area and bar, and restaurants. And the restaurant plans its opening in November. The work is still being done in the building, but tons of progress is being made and expected to open on schedule. For more information about the restaurant, check out the website 1929pizzaandwine.com, and for a great write-up with some really neat pictures, go to RiverBender.com. Again, a local source and a staple in news too. You know, I hate to toot our own horn there, but man, Bradley, you did a great job on that, and really cool to see more businesses coming back and developing really well. I'm excited for that. You know, I might be a little bit, teeny bit of a wine lover, if you haven't guessed by now, and really pizza and wine go hand in hand together. Also, hate to toot my own horn too, but a pizza and a Coors Light goes really well together also. But hey, 10:45 on this 26th day of September, Lemay's Catering, as we said earlier, we had to reschedule, and wanted to highlight them, though, because they have 7 new sites they're preparing for today, and really cool. So, yeah, it slipped their mind, but that's okay. We'll get them back on the schedule, and we'll make sure that we can hear their story as well, because all this is for is your guys' chance to get a firsthand look in a transparent way of the people that shape this community, whether it's a politician, business leader, community leader, without my political view, without my viewpoints on things shining through, because that's what takes away from the show. So starting on Thursday, Senator Chris Tharp will be on the show to talk about his policies and platforms leading in to the general election in November. And then following that, we're going to have a plethora of local candidates coming on to share in the same time frame, same time, same questions, just a little bit about them and the policies and their plans for what they're going to do for us. It's the first time ever, I can say, honestly, first time you're going to get an interview that's not based on bias, and I'm very proud of that, and I think that's what we all do at Riverbender so well. Hey, I mentioned it earlier. I'm going to mention it again this Friday. You can watch me in the squared circle in action at the loading dock, Riot on the River, presented by Dynamo Pro Wrestling, a staple independent pro wrestling company, family-owned and operated for 14 years in the St. Louis area, is going to be back in action in Grafton, and yours truly is going to be having a match. I hope you guys check it out on Friday. That will be this Friday. Doors open at 7 p.m., bell time at 8. From what I saw, it might be 6 or 7, but that's okay. Get there about 5:30. Come hang out with me. We'll have a few, conversations, maybe a few beverages after my match, after I'm victorious, and you guys can have a family-friendly outing at a staple in the region. That's the loading dock. For more information on Dynamo Pro Wrestling and tickets, go check out dynamopro.bigcartel.com or check out the Loading Docks event page for up-to-date information on this year's edition of Riot on the River.
Fasten your chin straps, ladies and gentlemen, because you are about to experience the most exciting lineup of CF Moto ATVs and side-by-sides ever to hit the trails, rocks, and sand dunes. For 2021, we are introducing an awesome array of new features, plus some new models across 3 lineups: C-Force ATVs, U-Force Utility Side-by-Sides, and Z-Force Performance Side-by-Sides. CF Moto, experience more together.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mung & Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mung & Toyota has been a fixture in Riverbend, and now Mung & Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I'm telling you, this wire is going to be the death of me today if y'all are watching at home or on RiverBender.com or on the Facebook live stream. Don't know if you guys saw this, but here's a topic I'm going to leave with you guys. And if you want to call in about it or comment it on the Facebook watch or text it in 618-759-7469, I'm going to put a scenario in your head. And I want you guys to let me know if you say yay or nay to this. There's a hair in your meal at a restaurant, okay? Disgusting, right? There's a hair in your meal at a restaurant. Do you make the waiter take it back or pick it out and keep eating? That's my question. There's a reason for this question. I know it's a very specific one, but our prep services have said their survey has come back, and this is kind of concerning. I want to hear from you guys. Text it in 618-759-7469 or comment it in on RiverBender.com or on Facebook on the watch tab. Just comment it in. I want to hear from you. 70, before I go any further, let me tell you it again. There's a hair in your meal at a restaurant. Do you make the waiter take it back or pick it out and keep eating? This is distressing. Very distressing. 53% of respondents said they would make the waiter take it back, while 47% of us pacifists said they would pick it out and eat on. Oh, why? They didn't just interview 10 people either. I checked. This was thousands. Thousands of us would say we would take the hair out and keep eating. To me, that is the biggest problem facing our country today. It should be 100% of the people send it back. I've only had to send food back one time for hair, okay? And believe it or not, this is great. We have some time I can tell the story. By the way, Just Productions coming on tomorrow, and trust me, we're going to have wall-to-wall guests tomorrow because, well, yours truly decided to start. We're sending, here's the thing before I go on to my hair story, okay? And please comment that in. Would you send it back if somebody gave you one of their pieces of hair in your meal? I say yes. However, 47% of us say that they're going to be pacifists and pick the hair out and keep eating, which is disgusting, and you need to talk to your counselor. That's my opinion. Comment it in 618-759-7469, 618-759-7469. Comment it in on the Facebook feed if you feel. But, with the guests, okay? Whenever there comes a certain part of the week, you go, man, no one's responding. So you send out about 8,000 of these things. You know, hey, do you want to come on the show? I just saw this, just saw this, just saw this. You know, you're texting, your thumbs hurt. And all of a sudden, in one moment, you go from having 0 guests to having 15 in 2 days. That's true. It happens all the time. And, well, that'll be happening this week. So I want to apologize for, it's going to be a lot getting thrown at you, a lot of conversation, a lot of interviews, and put it this way. When I put in our live schedule, I only have so many characters to use, I think, because sometimes it just won't let me text anymore or top anymore. It said text because I'm a millennial. I think we're going to reach that either tomorrow or Wednesday. So keep that in the blinders for you. And Just Productions, Leslie Franklin's going to come on the show to talk about Just Productions. Great, great company, and really just a fun time, and really excited to hear about their processes, how they prepare, how they find their actors and actresses, because they scour the country, and it's right here in our backyard. But anyway, back to my hair story. Okay. This year has been a rough year for me, okay, when it comes to one-on-one interaction. For some reason, I have just gotten like the duds of conversation and interaction with people. I'm at a restaurant in St. Louis. I won't say their name because I don't want to give them any business, because I know you guys will probably go check it out afterwards. I'm eating chicken salad. I don't ever eat chicken salad. I don't like chicken salad. I thought, let's try something new. It was actually really good. Really great. Until I pulled out a blonde hair. And the hand goes up. A couple minutes go by. Mr. Waiter comes swinging around the corner, and he goes, what's going on? I said, hate to do this to you. I really hate sending food back. But there's a hair in my food. And I picked up the fork, and this long blonde hair is right around the fork. And he goes, well, are you sure that didn't come from you? At the time, I had a mullet, okay? So I get the hair, like the length. But I have brown hair. And I wasn't surrounded by any company. I didn't have anyone that was with me that had blonde hair. And they tried to put it on me that I planted the hair. That it was my fault that their meal was interrupted by a blonde piece of hair. And they wouldn't even give me a new... So here's what happened. They go, well, we're going to have to charge you for a second dish. They did. This is a real thing. And they charged me. I had to pay for 2 meals because this waiter assumed that it was me or something on my clothing that put that in there because they're just too clean. Yeah, we'll see what happens in the St. Louis Magazine on that one. Anyway, so there's that story where, guess what? I feel like I got kind of shafted on. All right? So there's that one. Okay? This is the worst one. There is nothing worse than going into a restaurant that you patron frequently. And this isn't anywhere local, but every couple of weeks, if I do some stuff in St. Louis, I used to go to this taco shop. Okay. And, one day I go in there because I had about 40 minutes in between shows shows and interviews. And I go get some nachos and just bring it up back to the studio so I can at least have something to snack on while I'm waiting around. And I get down there and I place my order. By the way, the whole order's $5 because it's just cheese and chips. That's all I wanted. And a woman that's working there goes, did you pay for that? Like, yeah. By the way, only person in the building that's a consumer. And I'm looking around going, yeah, he just checked me out. She freaks out and assumes that I am stealing chips and cheese that were $4.95. That I'm stealing them. I've been at this place for 6 months going nonstop, and she accuses me of stealing. So I'm looking around going, what are you talking about? I'm looking, I'm going, no, I just paid. Here's my receipt. She kicked me out of the store because she assumed I was stealing. Seriously, I have never once experienced that in my life. It has been a bad year for me when it comes to human interaction. I don't know what Greek god I offended, to assume, to get treated the way that I was, but I apologize and then some. And really want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Like I said, programming note tomorrow, Just Productions, and about 3 other guests I got to get on the schedule. We got on Thursday, Senator Chris Tharp is going to be on to talk about his policies that he's going to be wanting to implement in the upcoming general election. And if he's victorious and he wants to share his platform with you, like I said, every official will get the same amount of time and the same questions asked. That's it. I'm not going to ask anything other. I'm going to follow a script because I don't want my opinion to show. It never will on this show, I promise you, when it comes to politics. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to give you guys a show that's by you and for you, that's all based on the great things in the Riverbend. And we are out of time. I'll see you tomorrow. Just Productions and so much more to add on to the train that keeps on chugging along. That's our daily show with me, CJ Nasello. See you tomorrow at 9. Have a great day and try your best to stay out of jail.